Hey everybody, this is Claire, and this is Small Joyful Things. As always, I go to thrift stores or to estate sales, or sometimes I buy things from Craigslist, and I'm always looking for kind of interesting stuff, and then I bring it all home, try to find out as much as I can about them, and then tell you guys about them. And I have a two-fer today. So I have some milk glass for you. Yeah, so basically I thought this would be kind of fun to do because I have essentially two different milk glass trays here. Now, by and large, I don't buy milk glass, or at least I only really buy the stuff that I think is actually interesting. I'm looking for pieces that are really unusual. I have seen quite a lot of milk glass, and it's usually the stuff produced by Anchor Hocking in maybe the 1970s, 1960s. There's a lot of it in thrift stores. You're guaranteed to see at least one piece every time you go, and they're usually the bud vases, which are basically just like the long kind of, they're basically tapered up to the top. They always have a very distinctive kind of look for milk glass as well. They're incredibly opaque. They are very, very white. Not like the milk glass that we've got here. This, you can see, it's a little bit more translucent. And yeah, this one a little bit as well. So before we get anywhere, I'm just going to measure these up. That is 8.5 inches by about 4 1/4 at most. And this one is about 7 inches by about 5.5. Yeah, you gotta kind of eyeball it. Yeah, about 5.5. I won't bother doing height, as you can see that their trays are very thin. I think this one is a little bit higher than that one, and you're talking not even an inch. Yeah, there we go. So the part of the problem is that I really do like milk glass. I worry that like it's not, you know, it's disappointing that it's not popular, because it really is fairly nice stuff. It's just, yeah, it's the market, I guess. You know, you kind of do it. You gotta just roll with it. So anyway, what we've got here is essentially two different time periods. We have quite a bit older, maybe 1900s, and then we've got mid-century. Like, yeah, this one is a little bit older. I'm going to say that this is the antique. We'll put that over there. So antique-ish, kind of old. This one is just vintage. I don't know the maker for this one. Unfortunately, I do know the maker for this one. So here's what we've got first of all. Straight away found this. This is Hazel Atlas, our good friend Hazel Atlas again. Now, this one again, made in the United States. Width is important. 5.5 inches, length 7 inches. It exactly matches these dimensions. That is how we are reasonably confident that this is exactly what this is. On replacements.com, quantity is available as 4, and they're only selling for $7. I bought this in a thrift store for $2. That is basically about what you will pay for milk glass of any kind if you see it in a thrift store. Even thrift stores know it's not really worth anything. Here's a couple of different ones here. I think this is actually, what do they call this? The relish dish? Relish disc. Yeah, okay, I guess. I have actually checked this pattern. There is only one entry in it, and it doesn't give me a date, which is weak, I have to tell you. As far as I know, for Hazel Atlas, it's going to be Depression era, or it's going to be, you know, mid-century. It's probably not past the 1960s, 1970s. It's going to be fairly old. And to be honest, the pattern kind of suggests the same. This kind of seems like an old-ish kind of 1950s kind of a thing going on. But yeah, it's probably not even worth $2 or whatever if, you know, if the replacements.com has 4 of them and they can't sell them at $7 a piece. I will probably still put this up on eBay or Etsy, and I will maybe charge like $20 with the shipping free on Etsy. That's about what you're probably going to pay if you absolutely need to have one of these. And to be honest, it's probably not going to sell even for that. It's kind of nice, and it is in great condition. Again, I did the usual thing. Again, run your hand all the way around the edge just to be sure. It has this little bit of roughness here. That's not, come on camera, focus. There's a little bit of roughness there, but that's mostly because of where the pressed glass was actually cut out. There's not actually anything to do with the, no, is that, I thought that was roughness, but yeah, no, there it is. God, I thought, oh, if it has a chip as well, then I would just basically have to write it off. I'll just like, yeah, no, it's not even worth $2. Send it back to the thrift store. But no, like, I like it. I mean, it's quite sizable. It's quite big. I think it's a mistake using it for relish, to be honest, because if you're putting relish into this, it's going to be like, you know, green or something. And for a start, this has like just grapes and stuff in it. I like this. This kind of feels like something where you need to put like strawberries or raspberries into it. It feels like it should be a berry dish or something for nuts or whatever. Relish, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're thinking there. But anyway, that's what that is. What is this? Now, this one is a little bit different. I hope you can actually see on the camera that these are two different colors. You can see that this one is more white and this one has this kind of a green cast to it. Kind of hard to see. So I've got the oldie black light, and if I just grab my light switch here, I'm going to turn it off for a second. There's that kind of maybe a little bit easier to see the greenish cast. And this one's quite a bit different. Like you can see I'm just using this, I'm holding up the same. Yeah. Black lights are fun, I'm telling you. Hopefully that makes it a little bit more obvious that this just reacts quite differently. It has a different kind of a fluorescence to it. You can even see that if I try and turn it on the side, then maybe it has a little bit of lime green going on. But it's very faint, it's very hard to see. I can tell you between the two of these is that this is a little bit heavier. And I can't tell if that's a composition or not, so who knows. Oh, come on. There we go. Sorry, press the wrong button. So yeah, so this one is a little bit heavier. Probably the composition of the glass. It is slightly bigger as well, and there has a bit more of, it has a bit, like it's quite thick there in the middle, whereas this is quite thin and pressed. I don't think I'd say 100% that this has like any lead or whatever in it. If it is, it's probably not a whole lot. But that said, it's in pretty good condition. I can run my hand all over the edge. There is no chips there's no chips now. However, I'm pretty sure that there is a crack. If you can see, there's a little bit of discoloration. You see it right there. There's a little bit of line, and I'm not sure if that's an actual manufacturing defect or if someone actually dropped it. Yeah, you can see the shadow of it right there. That may in fact be like a stress crack in it. This doesn't show through there, so it hasn't actually gone through the piece at least. I don't know. It's very hard to tell. This, by the way, this being older glass, it's just kind of a bit more tricky because it has these kind of little swirly lines and everything like that. You can see there on the surface as well. It makes it very hard to kind of tell what's like a legitimate crack that could propagate and what is just like almost flashing from when the piece was actually pressed. Now, again, this is another one where basically I bought this in a thrift store for $2 because, again, it's milk glass. Nobody wants it. I picked it up because I knew from looking at it that it was likely Victorian, that it was just incredibly old. I remember seeing the style before. And what I think it is, based on, you know, some research and then just, you know, kind of just looking at it itself, is a Victorian vanity tray. So basically, this is something that we've had in bathrooms or on your vanity or something. And, you know, you go to, you know, turn in for the night, whatever, you take off your jewelry and you pop it down your little vanity tray. So you take off all your rings and your necklace and, you know, your earrings and stuff, and you just leave it there for the morning kind of thing. Or at least that's what I would probably use it for if I had a need for such a thing. I generally don't because I never take my ring off. But I think, yeah, it's like if you have like big dangly earrings and you want someplace to store them overnight, well, here you go. And they would probably come with an entire set of this. It would be like an entire, you know, like there'd be other stuff as well. Like there's a lot of stuff that you can actually have in a vanity set. You could have like the bowl with the pitcher with water, you know, if you wanted to wash or something. Because again, it's 1900s, so like back then, that's what they would have had. That was like the precursor to the bathroom, was to have like the commode, the vanity, whatever you want to call it. So they could have like, you know, little milk glass boxes and everything. And I have seen some pictures of, I don't think specifically this, but it would have been, I think by, I want to say Westmoreland, would have been like little kind of square boxes basically on pedestals with lids and everything. There was just like, yeah, okay, this probably would have been used in a vanity, you know, and you'd, you know, store your cotton balls or whatever in it. And yeah, so there's, you know, a lot of kind of little stuff like that. I just think it's kind of fun and cute. It has this lovely pressed rose pattern, which I'm glad to say has kind of survived quite well. You can see it there. Now, I've seen a lot of these that they would actually be painted all the way around the rims, and I actually have some pictures somewhere. Ah, yeah, here we go. So I did just take a quick look on eBay to basically take a look, and this is a couple of that I see. Here we go. This is kind of what you'd see, and there you go. That's the van. There. Oh, come on, show it to me. Yeah, here you go. That is the Victorian vanity tray and cover box. This is the vanity set, the little box or whatever where you put your stuff if you want to use it, and then the vanity tray. And you can see that this one would have had all this beautiful gold, probably hand painted gilt, and this one obviously doesn't have any. This one is a bit more fancy, but in the design itself, it's broadly similar. Now, the unfortunate thing, again, is that these don't sell for a whole lot. I even got one here that sold for $5 US, and you can see this is a bigger one. I've taken a look already. This one is 10 inches across. You can see that that pattern is almost exactly the same. This is made by the same manufacturer. Now, they don't specify, unfortunately, what the manufacturer is, and this is the only listing I've got for it, but this is a recent sale for $5. So probably what's going to happen is that this is, again, it's going to go up on Etsy. I'd say, I'm not even sure I'll bother for eBay. Put it up on Etsy for maybe $20, and that's, you know, that's with shipping. So I may make back my money on it. Who knows? I still think this is a pretty fun thing to do. Is like I've got 2 milk glass trays, and I find it really nice just to look at the differences between them. One being so much older than the other one, you know. And knowing obviously what I know about milk glass as well is that I know by the time we get to the 1970s that the milk glass that Anchor Hocking was producing was like almost solid white and less of this translucent color. So here we go. Here are my small joyful things for the day. Thank you very much for watching.